Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about some breaking news from Funimation and VIZ Media. So, Funny and VIZ have decided to announce, which I had heard some rumbling rumors about this possibly happening. I didn't know the details of what was going on, but there was definitely something in the works. After the Funimation convention, a while back when they announced that the classic Naruto anime English dub would be on the FunimationNow streaming service, there was definitely something coming. Because that was pretty interesting that a Viz Media title was going to be on the Funimation streaming service. But most importantly, after the Hunter x Hunters thing came up of 2011, that had come up on the streaming service, as well as one of the Sailor Moon redubbed movies was put on the Funimation Now streaming service. There was definitely something that was in the works, but we didn't know exactly what it is. Well, as of today, Funimation made the announcement that they are partnering up with Viz Media for legacy titles for the streaming service. So, what does that mean? So basically, a lot of people are already jumping on the whole, thinking it's more than it actually is. So here's how it is. Funimation basically is going to put up Viz Media's classic English dub titles. So titles that at the most 2 to 10 years or even further down the road that they still have the license to, that they dubbed in the past, are basically being put on the streaming service. That isn't still tied up to other distributors like television or whatever, I'm assuming, or streaming services maybe, I don't know. So that's just basically the best analogy to give here. The article, again, the link in the description, Funimation basically announced. I'm not sure if Viz made a public announcement on their website about this. And I was actually checking to see if they did, and I don't see it on their website. But Funimation obviously made sure everybody knew on all their social medias that they were announcing this. So basically, and again, I have to stress this, it's legacy anime titles. The earliest title that seems to be going to be on the Funimation Now is the Megalo Box, which season 1, which presumably season 1, because that aired on Toonami, and Megalo Box 2 I don't think has been dubbed yet, and that is supposed to be on Toonami apparently. So I'm assuming this is going to be, oh yeah, it says all 13 episodes, so yeah. And again, it says classic. It even says at the end of the article, which I'm going to show you guys right now, this, so you guys can see this and understand what this is, because I read the full article. So, some people that might have just seen the headline and be like, oh yeah, this is a full partnership. No. So here it is, guys. Here it is right here. At the end of the article, I want people to understand this. Don't stop adding your wish list yet. There are more amazing, iconic, classic Viz Media titles heading your way to Funimation in the coming month. This is from Funimation's official website, from the official article that they did. So this partnership is not like the Crunchyroll partnership. It is not a partnership where Funimation and Crunchyroll, were trading titles one after the other, and one was dubbing for one and the other was dubbing for another and whatnot, where they were just sharing the titles through their streaming services and whatnot, kind of like what they were doing with Black Clover for a while, as well as other titles. This is not the same partnership. This is simply a streaming partnership through classic titles that have been dubbed and have been out for years. So these are old titles. These are not, which if you haven't seen these titles, and they, because Viz Media doesn't really have a streaming service, and if you haven't seen any of these classic titles, you're going to get an opportunity to see them on the Funimation Now, which is great. But I want people to emphasize that this is just simply a streaming partnership of the classic Viz Media catalog being on the Funimation Now streaming service. Which, again, makes sense because Viz Media themselves don't have a streaming service. They don't have plan to have a streaming service. The only thing they have for a streaming service is really what's on their website, where you can just watch stuff on their website, like anything that's available. You can just basically watch for free, if they allow you to. Sometimes they have dub stuff, sometimes they only have sub stuff. See, here's dub, here's sub. It just depends on the title itself. So this is really all Viz Media has. They don't have their own streaming service where you can watch it on your PlayStation or your Roku or whatever you're watching it on, basically. Where Funimation has an established streaming service like that. And so this is why it benefits both Viz and Funimation. Viz Media can get more of their anime titles out by having it on Funimation. All the old titles that they haven't, that people may have not seen or want to revisit, like seeing the classic Naruto series, or maybe wanting to rewatch Hunter x Hunter, because if you didn't see it on Toonami. I don't think the movies are available, though. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's only the series that's on there, so you might not be able to see the movies. I have watched both movies, by the way. I managed to get one in the theaters, in one of my local theaters, which is still one of my favorite moments ever. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I did the work for him. I did the work for the movie theater. I contacted the guy that does the distributing and stuff like that, and he contacted, because I recommended the theater to him, and and then he got it on. They got it on. That was the greatest thing ever. I was like, yeah, that's my shit, yo. That's a really good story to tell everybody. But everyone that's been following my channel already knows that by now, or if you're on my Discord. But I just wanted to remind people about that. But anyways, so if you're, my point being right now is, because again, they're announcing these shows. Some of these Viz Media titles I've never even heard of. Like this, don't know what this is. Planet or whatever the hell this is, I don't know what this is. And again, this is also only applies to the United States and Canada, by the way. So if you live in another country outside of the United States or Canada, this whole partnership with Viz Media and Funimation doesn't apply to you. Just got to put that out there as well. And like I said, Megalo Box. And of course, the titles they already announced, like the movie, the Sailor Moon movie, this, whatever this is, the Naruto anime series, and Hunter x Hunter 2011. And more evidence of this is basically Boruto's not on there. Now, according to Jason DeMarco on Toonami, that runs Toonami, is that Boruto, they decided not to renew the contract, and that it's a quote-unquote free agent. Okay, well, he didn't say free agent, but that's basically what he said. He used a different word, a more network word, but, the way it's interpreted is a free agent. Me being a sports guy, I always use the free agent term. So, basically, Boruto is a free agent, okay? So, it's interesting me to note that this news did not announce Boruto, which is actively being dubbed right now as we speak, even though it's not currently being on Toonami. The 2 Blu-ray/DVD sets were released, which have all the new dubbed episodes. I have been unable to watch them because my local library has not been able to get them in. They ordered them, but they didn't get them in. That's what I've kind of been doing, because they order a lot of the Naruto stuff. So that's basically what I do now for all my Naruto contents, because, I mean, they ain't going to give me, the shit I need to get, then I might as well just look out to my library to get this stuff. I never thought I would, but I guess I have to now. But anyways, that's another story for another time. Anyways, so yeah, Boruto's not on here. Some of the other titles that that VIZ might be coming out with, some people were talking about the Witch series, I believe, the Witch something, that it's going to be a spinoff to the Bleach series. That is not going to be on here if VIZ does it. A lot of people are under the impression VIZ is going to do that title, and honestly, I can tell you right now, I'm not even sure if they're going to do that, because from what I'm hearing is it's not looking good. Because Aniplex of America, or Aniplex, someone finally told me how to pronounce this correctly. Aniplex of America might get it. I don't know if they're getting Bleach, but it's not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. That's just what I'm hearing from people that I know that are close to it. But I don't know. I can't say for sure, and I can't say for certain. But I don't know. And again, I could be wrong. So I'm just saying, don't just assume that VIZ is getting that. Because obviously Bleach is now owned by Aniplex of Japan, which license all their titles out to Aniplex in America. So, I don't know. They might still get Bleach. I'm not saying they won't get Bleach when it returns. I'm saying that I'm not hearing good things about the spin-off series going to VIZ. That's one thing. So that might not even be a VIZ thing. Just keep that in mind, guys. That doesn't mean the casting will be different, because Aniplex of America and VIZ Media record their dubs in LA. So the LA actors will still be involved. That will never change. The LA, no matter who dubs Bleach or dubs the spin-off Bleach series, the actors are probably going to still be the same. For all the legacy characters, they're going to all be the same, because they both dubbing studios, both dubbing companies record typically in LA. So that's not going to be an issue. More people are worried about the price of the series, because obviously they charge much more than VIZ Media does. That's what more people are worried about. That was never the issue, though. But again, that's another time for another story. But talking about these, like I said, the ones that are coming right now, I've never even heard of this. Like Terraforms, I never even heard of this series. Again, these shows were isolated because they were never on Toonami, and they were never really on a streaming service, to my understanding. So maybe they were on Hulu, but I I probably wouldn't have paid attention to them being on Hulu, because who honestly pays attention to promotions, on Hulu, because Hulu doesn't promote anything. Same thing with Netflix. That's one of their biggest problems. Gen Fukunaga was absolutely right when he said that they don't really promote shit, because they don't. Mostly the anime titles that are successful on Netflix are basically titles that are already established. So yeah. But getting to this news, this is good news for Funimation and VIZ Media. in terms of what's going to be the future of you know, what this does to Toonami and Viz Media's relationship, it really probably doesn't that much, because most of these titles have been going through streaming transcribes to begin with. The titles that are already under contract with Toonami are going to still air there through Viz Media. Especially the newer titles. The newer titles are definitely going to still be opened for negotiations for Toonami. That doesn't necessarily mean, I'm not trying to say Toonami will get them. I'm just saying that Toonami still will have a chance just as much as the FunimationNow does or anything else. This does not mean Viz Media is going to get into the simuldub game with Funimation and start doing simuldubs with Funimation, though they might in the future do something like that. That's not what this partnership is right now. Funimation is not going to control Viz Media in terms of the casting decisions or what they're doing, with their dubs and whatnot. That is not happening. Viz Media is simply sub-partnering with Funimation for streaming their old classic English dubs that have been out for years, or 2 years. 2 years or more, basically, because Megalo Box was dubbed like 2 years ago. So earliest to the latest 10 to 15 years ago, I guess. So those are the titles from Viz Media that are coming to Funimation. It's not any of the titles they're currently working on, like a Boruto in this case, or anything else that they're currently working on, or something that they haven't announced yet that they're working on. That stuff's not happening. So anybody who tells you that, they're not understanding the full situation. Again, it's literally on Funimation's own article right here at the end. It's literally right here, as I showed you guys earlier. Don't stop adding to your wish list. There are more amazing, iconic, and classic Viz Media titles heading your way on the Funimation in the coming months. Now, could this mean Naruto Shippuden could be on there? Probably not, because it's on Toonami right now, but who knows? It might make its way there very soon because the classic Naruto anime is on there. But nonetheless, this is the reality, guys, right here. Right as of right now, this partnership is just a streaming classic Viz Media titles that don't currently have probably contracts with other streaming services or other television exclusive rights. That's probably the situation here. And I just wanted to kind of explain that to people so they kind of understand more. Oh, and I forgot to... yeah, sorry about that. Don't stop adding to your wish list just yet. There are even more amazing, iconic, and classic Viz Media titles heading your way on the Funimation and Funimation. So should say FunimationNow. It just says Funimation in the coming months. But you get the point. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that again, so you guys know, because I forgot to turn that off so you guys could see it again. But that is the point here, guys. And I just wanted to kind of inform you guys of this information so you kind of know what's going on here and know the full situation of what's going on. Now, is Bleach coming? That I'm not sure, because I was actually kind of interested into why Bleach is not coming onto the catalog. Like I said earlier, Bleach is currently contracted to Viz Media. So I don't know. As you can see, it's right here. Boom. Again, it hasn't changed. They still have the dub. They still are putting out the Blu-rays and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know what's the status of Bleach. I'm wondering why Bleach isn't being put on here. Maybe it will be in the future, and maybe it's just because it's too big of a title for them to just announce right here, and so they're just kind of announcing the smaller titles that only have about a handful of episodes for a series, besides the ones they already announced in Naruto and Hunter x Hunter, which are long series, obviously. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of explain the partnership so people kind of understand the partnership better. That this is just simply classic titles, not titles Viz Media are currently dubbing or currently working on, or new titles that they're about to license or have just licensed. Those are still very much in the works and possibly could still go to Toonami. You know, it's not a guarantee. I'm not saying it's going to be 100% guaranteed that it's going to go to Toonami. I'm just saying that there's still a chance for it to go to Toonami because, again, these are just classic Viz Media titles that can range from 2 years to 15 years, depending on if the contracts are up or whatever contracts Viz Media has with them. So that is what I have to. That's really all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think about this news. Do you like the news of this kind of streaming classic anime partnership Funimation and Viz Media are doing? What do you think about this? Where do you think the future of this will lead? Let me know. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my video, if you like this video and my other videos, please subscribe. I also do have a Patreon. You guys can look at that. And I do have a Discord link in the description box for discussions and all that stuff. That is all, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. My favorite. Peace.